Hi, I hope you guys are having a good start to the first week of school. Um, I uploaded the lesson plans for this week, and you start with what I called an interactive read aloud slash close read of two kinds from the Joy Luck Club by Amy Tan. I just wanted to give you guys a little bit of reasoning for why I called it that, what that means, and what it even looks like. So, for those of you who might not know the different terms, an interactive read aloud is read aloud with questions, so you're interacting with the text. It's usually read aloud by the teacher, and the teacher stops, asks kids to turn and talk, things like that, about questions that are getting at the deeper meaning of the text. A first read, I would say that normally I would call it a first read if the students are going to read silently, just on their own, but not necessarily looking for specific details, just trying to get the overall comprehension. And a close read is where you're going to focus on one excerpt of the text and you're looking for something really specific, and you're going to read that really closely to get meaning out of that one part of the text. It is not a whole text. You're just doing an excerpt in a close read. I called this one an interactive read aloud slash close read because I think it's a mix of both. So if you guys look at that text that I put the interactive read aloud on, I just basically said I want you to read aloud through paragraph 48, do that, do those interactive questions, have the students talk about it, and I marked those in red, and I'm going to try to do that every time just so that they stand out. I didn't do the exact lesson plan just because I think it's easier when it's actually on the text. Have the students share out, things like that. One of the reasons that I did an interactive read aloud mixed with a close read is, first of all, this is your first real text of the year, and you never know what students think about reading, and I think a teacher read aloud is sometimes more exciting for students. So I like to start the year with a read aloud as opposed to just telling students to dive right in. Also, you don't know the levels of your students, and so some of them, this might be really inaccessible. The other thing is mixing an interactive read aloud with a silent read really kind of lets you understand student levels in terms of reading comprehension versus listening comprehension. So part of the story will rely on students listening comprehension, and then once you switch, it relies on students reading comprehension. So that really kind of helps you isolate where the issues might be. Whereas if you just did one or the other, you don't really know. Also, while students are reading, this gives you a chance to kind of explore the room, see the answers that students are giving, and just kind of get to know these students. They are brand new to you. So I wanted to show you guys what this looks like. So I said read this page aloud as well, annotate paragraph 9 as discussed below. So this would be a close read, but since you're going to do it together, I counted that as part of the interactive read aloud. Same thing here, still reading out loud because we're reading out loud to paragraph 48. Just doing everything it says, and then at paragraph 48, I want you to start letting the students read. But tell them anytime it says close read, they should do this. They should do this activity, which is only one more time. So this is a close read because they're going to look at just paragraph 54 right here. And they're going to mark those descriptive words, what they're describing, and then think about what the author is describing as positive, what the author is describing as negative, and then what does that do to the overall story? So that's what that close read is. You're looking very specifically for descriptive words to try to get to a conclusion. So you are making meaning, but it's really about the meaning of that paragraph. And then you're gonna have them just read the rest to themselves. And then at the end, you're gonna go back to paragraphs 94 and 95, kind of do a close read of paragraphs 94 and 95, because that's where you're gonna get the meaning of the whole story with those two songs, the pleading child with perfectly contented. And you're gonna try to get them to get to that meaning. And I put a possible response there. It doesn't have to be that exact thing, but I thought that was a good start and kind of gives you what you can be working towards in your discussion. I hope that makes a lot of sense. I'm gonna give you a couple more videos this week, one just a mini lesson, and then an explanation / demonstration of the rubric activity when they start doing their quick write. Again, I hope you guys are having a really good start to the week. And please let me know if you have any questions. My email is hurst_e@hcde.org. And you can also comment on the discussion here. Please leave any resources that you're using so that people can use them. If you have any suggestions, please reach out. I would love your feedback. Thank you guys. Have a great rest of your week.